comes the bass.
Hey, what's up guys, it's me Sanosuke. It's that time of week. Today I'm going to be reviewing Naruto chapter 657. This chapter we get more of Madara going to town, or at least we get to see him going to town. He loses his immortality from the Edo Tensei. He's still all hyped up about being alive, and he loses his eyes, so he's now fighting blind. He has to get his Rinnegan back from Obito or get someone else's Uchiha eye so that he can see. Now, at the beginning of this chapter, we get to see Hashirama, and he's got these rods in his back. It looks like the rods that Pain uses or the Rinnegan users use to control people, and Hashirama looks like he can't really move because of these rods. I'm going to make the assumption that's because Madara's chakra is flooding into him and immobilizing him, just as it did with when Pain or Nagato used that on Naruto. So I'm assuming that's what's going on there, and that's why Hashirama's kind of out of commission in some shape or form right now. So Madara, once he's revived, he goes over to Hashirama. He bites his arm or something, so he's bleeding, and he basically drains Hashirama's Sage chakra, and his little man boob over there is now in Sage mode. And the interesting thing is, Madara makes some statement saying that he's disappointed by the amount of power produced by Sage mode. He's expecting more. And considering how OP he is already, I'm not really surprised. He's already powerful as shit. Sage mode is just like an extra little addition. So then Sasuke comes into the fight, and Sasuke goes in. Sasuke comes straight in, and he tries to, at the beginning of this, I was kind of skipping around, guys, sorry. He Amaterasu'd Madara, and Madara somehow absorbed his jutsu. We don't really know how. He doesn't have his Rinnegan anymore, so I don't know how the heck that worked. And his clothes were burned off, like his shirt, so now he's shirtless, and his armor's gone. But Sasuke goes in, he starts all attacking him and stuff, and keep in mind, Madara's blind. He's dodging relatively everything. And at one point, he catches Sasuke's sword and makes a statement. I guess each Sharingan each has their own style, their own actual name. He calls it like a Chomei Sharingan, I believe is what it's called. I'll put the actual name somewhere in the description or in the annotation so that you guys know what the fuck I'm talking about. But it has a specific type or name to it. So I'm assuming that means that there are different forms of Sharingan that have different specializations, such as such as Sasuke and Itachi's. Their specialization would be Amaterasu and Tsukuyomi, while Madara's really seems to be Susanoo is the main focus of his Mangekyo Sharingan. And then with Tobi and Kakashi, or Obito and Kakashi, theirs really just seems to be warping things into this alternate dimension or plane of his existence. So it seems like each Sharingan is sort of gifted with their own specific traits that they are leaning toward. And Madara states that because of his eyes, this explains why he's so adept at hand-to-hand combat, and he makes the claim that, you know what, maybe I should just take your eyes because they would be a good replacement for my old ones. And then he retracts that statement after Sasuke essentially says, bite me, that's not going to happen, and offers him a chance to join up with him. And of course Sasuke says no, and that's pretty much it for them. Madara basically gets Sasuke off of him and ends. He doesn't kill Sasuke, he just kind of like ends their little conflict. So we're seeing that blind Madara is still a badass, and somehow he is able to absorb chakra or jutsu, or like the Amaterasu. Kishimoto really needs to explain that. Tobi or Hashirama able to absorb his Sage mode. I'm assuming that has something to do with the fact that he's got Hashirama's face implanted in his body. I'm assuming it has something to do with those cells. But then Kishimoto really needs to explain that, because later we see him absorbing chakra from the Shinobi Alliance, the ones that have Naruto's QB cloak around them. Oh, also Sai and Naruto get thrown to the wayside like nothing by, once again, I have to reiterate this, blind Madara. And once he takes care of everybody and is done gathering his power, the Biju start coming over, and he's like, alright, well, now it's time to hunt you guys down. So I wonder if he can absorb their chakra somehow, just as he's been doing everyone else's, because somehow this dude is absorbing people's chakra. Hopefully they explain this pretty soon. Madara without his eyes is still a badass. We get to see Zetsu, the black Zetsu. I'm ignoring the fact that we got a little flashback about that because that's just kind of pointless. But Black Zetsu is bonded to Obito right now and is controlling his body and has the intention of, I guess, taking the Rinnegan and maybe his Sharingan as well, I'm not sure, and giving it back to Madara. I would assume that he's going to take both eyes so that Madara doesn't just have one freaking eye, which is just one Rinnegan. Which my question also becomes, where the hell is the second Rinnegan? Did Obito only decide to use the one? Where's the other one? What do you do with the other eye? And Minato and Kakashi looks like they're going to be facing off against Black Zetsu, Possess, Obito, whatever. So potentially have the power to stop Madara from getting his eyes back, so he'll just remain blind. But he's still kicking everybody's ass blind. So it should just be an interesting set of chapters coming up. It should be interesting to see how they even stop Madara, because as I said, he's blind and he's kicking people's asses and he's absorbing people's chakra. So I'm not sure if that means that he's going to be, if Naruto decides to Kurama mode it up or Biju mode it up, if he's just going to jack that chakra and take it. Should be interesting to see where Madara is going with all of this. Is he going to be able to just absorb the Bijus into himself by taking their chakra, or what? Let me know what you guys think and what you guys also think about what's going to be happening with the Jubi or the big ass tree that's still out. How do you think Madara's going to use this? I've heard theories, mainly from King of Lightning, of Madara potentially using the fruit or causing the tree to bloom and produce fruit, and him eating the fruit and somehow attaining extra power. But yeah, that's pretty much it. This was an awesome chapter. I really enjoyed it. I'm not even a Madara fanboy by any means, and I thought that he was a freaking badass in this chapter. He's finally doing shit. In my opinion, he hasn't really been doing much other than owning the 5 Kages. I personally don't think Madara has done all that much until just now. So yeah, let me know what you guys think of the chapter, what you guys think is coming up next, and all that good shit. Go ahead and click that like button if you like the video and want more chapter reviews, and go ahead and click the subscribe button as well. I'm Snowsuke and I'm out. Peace.
踊れそうにないようだな。つまらぬ相手だ。